Yay, we're live. Hi, I think I should start the show with the same old thing. Hi, I'm SunPsychic Jean. Glad you're here at our show. But actually, I'm Terri Suzuki, Kigaru. Um, we hear Jean say that so often, we often forget and start our own shows that way, as if it's the proper opening. Um,
Yeah, it's like a broken record sometimes. Yeah.
yeah,
Guilty.
it's so funny. But that is not the worst thing in the world to have to say because Jean is so awesome. So,
Oh, you're sweet.
well, today is Monday. It's what I call Magical Monday, where all three of us are together and we're doing readings for people. Uh, Today, just a tiny bit of housekeeping. We're broadcasting on 3 channels, and so we can see your questions through the app we use from wherever you're at. But if you want to do chat with everybody and interact and them to see what you're saying, then you need to come over to Kigaru Spiritual Journeys channel on YouTube and join the chat there because then you can interact. But if you like where you're at, no problem because we can still see you. And some people who have joined the chat may have noticed that I have been handing out wrenches right and left. If you need a wrench to be a moderator of the channel, please shoot me a little email, my Kigaru tarot at gmail.com and remind me of your name because sometimes, our names are different on YouTube in chat than they are in real life. So, anyway, just give me some cookie crumbs to find you. Well, how are you ladies today? What's going on in your world?
I am fabulous. Thank you very much for asking. It's a beautiful Monday and a wonderful weekend. And boy, I woke up so tired this morning. I got to tell you, I had to tear myself out of bed. And you know how you have that morning voice for most of the day? I had a morning voice. I also posted on my page today a very special offer for one of our beloved community members, Junosphere, and she has a GoFundMe out there. And what I and my and Cherry and Joan are all offering is anybody who would like to make a donation to Junosphere at either $20 or more, you can just email us at and let us put in the subject line Juno, and we will send you a link to a free reading with us. And you get to choose. All of us are going to be doing it. So it's in my community page. And after the show, the ladies are going to add it to their community page so you can just follow the links. But I'm just going to pop the link in the chat right now to the GoFundMe page. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the moderators, I don't know if they can cut and paste that, but that's where the GoFundMe is. And you can also find that in all of our community tabs. My community tab is up now, but the ladies will put it in right after the show.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. And there's so many people here. Oh my gosh,
I
everybody's
know.
here. Yay! But
Everybody's
it really
tuning
is a
in.
magic Monday. Magic
Wow. Wow. Joan, what's going on in your world?
I'm doing the same thing. I will be giving free readings to anybody who gives Juno $20 or more. And if you want to, you can just go right to my booking page, and that's in the description on my site and on my site, and just book because you don't have to pay when you book anything with me in advance. So and when we get together and have a reading, you can just tell me it's for Juno, and you don't even have to donate anything. So that'd be great.
Wow.
But yeah, but otherwise I'm doing
Brilliant.
well. Looking forward to taking off on vacation on Thursday, going out to Montana to see my brother and his family. So that'll be fun.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, in the Pacific Northwest, we had a tiny bit of rain today overnight, and it cooled things down a little bit because it was really getting pretty hot here. Um, So it's a nice day. It's kind of overcast and sunny, so we're doing great here. Um, I have been building a shed, and it looks like today maybe the roof will go up. My husband was out there straightening up my rafters, which I installed wonky, really wonky. Um, I'm so glad he still loves me after that. So
That's that's incredible. It really is an amazing feat, you know, and that you've gotten to that point.
I
Yeah.
am, I fancy myself a builder or at least a DIYer, and I just cannot imagine how anybody gets a roof on straight. It seems to be my downfall each time I'm building a building. How am I going to get this roof on straight?
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think there are no straight angles in building. I think it's just fit it in, chip it, chisel it down, or shimmy it in, you know?
I was thinking the next time I try this, maybe I need to have a reading from somebody and get their guides to tell me how get the construction team to come in and tell me how to do this right.
Wow.
You are
Yeah.
amazing. But you're going to enjoy that so much. I have a garden shed that my husband built for me ages ago, and I don't know what I'd do without it. It's really so handy to have.
Yeah, I'm excited because I'm going to include it's big enough I'm going to include a workbench in it because I actually don't have a workbench to build from. I use my porch, which is not at the right height. So
I see a new
I
YouTube channel coming on, Terry Bills from the from the shed.
no, but everybody would say, Grandma, get back in the rocker and put the circular saw down.
I don't know.
Okay, so I think that we've had enough business. Um, if you have anything to talk about, I'm going to look through these questions real quick again to see if that we have missed any of them. Um, Jean, do you have anything to tell us about your fair? Because you went at a fair and you were the featured speaker.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, it was amazing. What she's talking about is what we call reading the room. I had a breakout room. They actually call it like a workshop room where you go in and you talk a little bit about what you do and you do a demonstration. And you know us, where I tell them, I said, I'm already on YouTube. I know what it's like to have 40 or 50 people waiting for me and you know to answer some questions and to do some live readings. And it's so lovely. I have to say, though, I feel like we're cheating just a little bit because, you know, people who go to psychic fairs are already interested in psychic, you know, things and wanting readings and have readings before. And they're sort of like in tune. It's not like, you know, reading the neighbor down the street who never had a reading before. That's much more difficult. So it's really nice. And there was a couple of people in there that were just supporting me that I had read earlier in the day, and they came in and supported me in the room as well, which was really nice. Really high vibrational, loving beings that I met at the fair there. But the show went. The reading the room went very well, and I was reading many loved ones and friends and friends and family members. And I said, I read pets too. Does anybody want a pet? Like I didn't want the whole day, the whole hour to go by without me having any pets. And so as soon as I started reading for pets, that's when all the tears broke out. Sobbing, you know, the big get out the Kleenex kind. It is just, and the pet, the love that I feel when the pet is expressing, and how I can tell whether the pet was like your guardian or the pet was like your child or the pet was, you know, it's really very special. So I had a great time, but thanks for asking.
Yeah, I love it, the pets, but I also feel I don't know about you two ladies, but sometimes I feel like when I've got my client crying, I have done my job.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's a full good reading unless somebody's in tears by the end of it.
I always say you make the connection. It's
Right.
that the connection, that you made that connection, and then yeah,
Yeah, but it
when you
touched their
see
heart.
that emotional
Yeah.
response, yeah.
But sometimes it's laughing too. If I got them laughing, I think we've made the connection too. So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, are you ready?
Ready when
As
you
I'll
are.
as I'll ever be.
Yeah. Let's let's read for one of our dear friends, Purple Elephant Deb. She would like a message from her guides for the week, for this week.
Hi, Deb H. Thanks for your question.
Say hi to Monkey for us.
I know he's so cute. Yeah, Christine said that did the chat freeze. I think that YouTube must be having some difficulties. Either that or they're trying to implement something and the chat is freezing. I've heard that on a show yesterday and today. A couple of people were having issues. So,
Hmm. Yeah, that can happen.
so they seem to be, Deb H. They seem to be quite excited, quite aroused in a magical way, almost like they're on the ready. They have their book and they have their wand, and they are like really just ready to be of service and to work on your behalf, and that you're doing the work of the angels or of the divine, like you're bringing through divine guidance for people and helping and really expressing healing messages. But they just seem to be like ready and lined up and standing around. Like one has a book under their arm, the other one has like a wand of some sort, and ready to do the work to be called upon. You have them on the ready. You've called them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I got may not just be for this week, but I got the impression that they want you to start channeling. I mean, like live channeling. I know that you are, already bringing in messages, but I got the distinct impression because my throat chakra and crown chakra lit up. First, the throat, it's like, yes, yes, you're talking to people and bringing messages through. But the crown chakra really lit up in a way that and the thought came to me, they want you to explore that. And maybe this week is just to plant the seed, if you don't already do this, and think about that. But eventually, um, to consider developing that as maybe the next arrow in your quiver.
Oh,
They showed me something a little bit different than those things, but it's still very, very, very good. At first, they kind of had me looking at a purple elephant, which, you know, pretty much a suggestion from you. But this purple elephant was painted and decorated like a Hindu elephant in a
oh,
parade. And you were leading the elephant. You had your arm kind of around its trunk and you were leading it. And it was like a parade. It was just beautiful, like it just beautiful, flowing and loving. But then they directed my eyes down to underneath. And then I thought maybe I'm looking at my shed because it was building. It was all this structure underneath, and it's really well built, really good structure holding you and this elephant up. And this whole road has been built solidly. So I think what they're saying is you just keep going because you have a solid foundation under you. Um, yeah, yeah, solid foundation. That's what they're trying to tell me. Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful. So she says, wow, I've only done it once, I guess, channeling, and she'll work on it, Joan. Wow, very nice.
Oh,
It'd be pretty cool.
yep. Okay. Well, thank you, uh, Deb, for letting us read you. Um, I'm going to move on. So let me just really quick look at the messages I have right now. We have MSD000 next, AV, Gina M, Amy Warrior Princess, Mom of Two Dogs, Denise Mullen, Martina, and more. we have a lot going on here. So just letting you know who's in the queue. And as we get closer to your question, if you just put in a yes, hi, just let us know that you're here. Okay, Misty.
I heard them say to me, precious moments, and tiny miracles. Um, and it's almost like time to slow down and smell the roses and count your blessings. Um, it's small blessings, small uh, miracles, and special moments, precious moments. Interesting.
Usually when I get weirder than usual images, it's later on in the show. But we're kicking it off with one for you, Steve. Uh, I saw you fishing, and you had kind of the fisherman's jacket out, and you're out in a boat, and you're casting off, and you got a little fish, and then you cast off again, and that big alligator or something that looked like an alligator. It was like this. So I think that's what they are saying in the rest of the summer. You might think you're wanting one thing, but you're going to be getting something else, something unexpected. And it doesn't have to be dangerous. The alligator didn't bite you. It was just surprising. So you might be getting a surprise later on this summer. And okay, can you tell me how this all turns out, Spirit? And they're saying it's just going to be fine. Okay, now they're showing me it wasn't a real alligator. It was somebody in like an alligator suit who's swimming away. So it's not dangerous, but there might be something coming up that kind of takes your breath away at first and can be a little bit scary. But don't worry about it. It's just, it's not dangerous and you're going to be just fine. But I'm curious what that's going to be.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, MS Steve, I am not getting much. I am tapping in and I'm just really getting kind of a pleasant summer that you should just, you know, flow with it. So maybe that's part of because both readings really resonated with me, but that it's really just got to flow with this summer and enjoy it. Enjoy all the tiny little memories that you're going to be making. And just because I'm curious, like if a fake alligator pops up, tell us about it, please. So
I
thank you so
know.
much. Yeah, that's a fun reading. But I think really you're just gonna have a good summer. So okay, we're gonna go to AV now.
Can I just finish one little thing that I keep hearing for Steve? The memories that that you gather this summer will be the memories that you'll carry through your lifetime. You'll savor these memories for your lifetime, is what I'm hearing. It's a little odd, but
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry.
No, that's fabulous. It's a good message to hear. So AV, hello. Do you see me at a new job in a different organization soon?
Aw. Steve says every day with mom, the special memories. That's good, Steve.
Yeah. I kind of think the chat is frozen again.
I know. I think it's YouTube or StreamYard. I can't figure out which. I think they're trying to answer our plea to have everybody see everybody, and they're working on tweaking things.
Maybe.
I'm getting a yes, and I'm getting by, if not by the end of the month, by the middle of August. And when I tuned in and asked, so how does AV make this happen? I saw somebody with papers. You've got like a stack of papers in one hand, and you're just kind of handing them out, handing them out to anybody that goes by. So I think they are saying to get your resume, get your yourself out there, and if you do, if you put some effort into it, things can happen fairly quickly for you.
Yeah. I immediately, when I tuned into your spirit, I immediately saw a big snow-capped mountain, and you were climbing the mountain. You have on gear, you have all the protection kind of things you need. And the feeling I got is you're a really diligent worker. You are capable. You have all the skills. There's nothing about that picture that made me think, oh, she might fall or, anything like that. Nothing. And then I noticed you're on a little teeny outcrop and you see the perfect place to be, and you leap for it and you land perfectly. So to me, what I'm seeing, what it means to me is you're going to see the perfect job that you want and you're just going to go for it. You're just going to go for it and you leap effortlessly, elegantly, with all confidence towards it, and you get it. You absolutely land it. And so I think you are definitely going to get a job in another, and it's going to be something you love, and it's going to be pretty effortlessly. I mean, climbing a mountain is not effortless, but somehow you make it look easy in this.
So Terri, would it be possible she may have like get a headhunter to find her and offer her this position? Is this possible that she's that uh, much of an expert in her position that somebody finds her and makes her an offer? Like, is it that easy that somebody's going to come and make you an offer? And if not, it would be a beautiful thing to manifest, AV.
It could be. It's something she could do because what I'm seeing of her on the mountain is she's absolutely so capable, so above capable that she can easily leap for that. Um, this is not her first time at this rodeo. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that she's an expert at, like you said, or not an expert, but very well, very good and very experienced, and almost it does come easy to her. It's almost like a natural ability that she has. We're all saying she, we think it's she, but that to rely on the abilities and your strength and build that confidence. And I did also see you moving. I saw you moving a little bit later to a new organization, but definitely a new organization. So whether it's in a couple of months or several months, it's you and you'll be much more appreciated. There's somebody that's watching for you. Mm-hmm.
And I checked back to ask the question, and will she be happy there? And got a big swing yes on the pendulum. So that's good.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, AV, let us know when it happens. We would love to hear the story of it. Let's see. Let's take a look at these questions. We got quite a we're going to move down real quick on my list to Lisa Fletcher. Her dog Pepper died about a year ago, age 12. That night I had a dream. She was dancing around happy, and then I woke up to find she was gone. I'm sure she was saying, I'm sure she probably, that's kind of the end of the sentence there, but I'm sure she was saying that she's happy now. So let's tap into Pepper. And
She's thrilled that you saw her. She's thrilled that you were able to remember that dream, and that was her letting you know. She's like she's really very happy that she was able to make that connection, and it was because of the very strong connection you had, um, while she was here in this world. Uh, and it is a celebration of a new birth for her, on the other side. And how happy, and what a memory. Like, that's your last memory, as her dancing and being happy, and not the tragedy of her passing. That's what she wants you to remember.
Yeah, she is reminding me, and that I actually do know Lisa, and I knew Pepper. But she's reminding me that the miraculous way that you found her, the miraculous way, and what a lovely, lovely life you've given her. So, so happy. Um, so I do believe she was just telling you, wanting you to be as happy as she was, as she wanted to console you a little bit and let you know that everything's okay. Um, I can just see her just very, very happy over there, happy about you've given her such a life journey, such an unusual life journey, that she's just so happy about that, so blessed, feels blessed that you were her dog mom. That's what I got.
Beautiful. Well, I had to be careful because I had a dog named Pepper too. So I made sure that it was your Pepper. And at first I saw Pepper coming up to whom I assume is you. And and loved her Aunt Terry, love Leslie. And and you had like something, I don't know, like a tug toy or something. And it was tugging at that. And then I got the impression that at first she would come up to you in spirit and do what dogs do, kind of come up to you and then run, like Lassie telling Timmy's in the well, follow me. But she figured out that no, that wasn't going to happen right now. But she does come back, and she kind of has zoomies when she comes back and runs around you and is just so happy. But then I saw whom I assume is your Pepper from underneath, and it's jumping a fence in slow mo. So it was very, very cinematic. But the message was, it was so easy, and it was so beautiful to make that transition. And just like everything is beautiful, it's and very cinematic. He's just loving it over there. It was this beautiful transition. It was just as easy as jumping over a fence. And I saw it like a whiteboard fence. So I don't know if your Pepper was a fence jumper.
Yeah, well, she was a little Pomeranian, so she probably didn't
Okay.
know too many fences, but that still makes sense to me that she could easily make the transition.
Yeah.
Oh, that touches my heart. I hope it touches Lisa's heart.
Yes.
Really
Oh,
sweet.
thank you for asking your question. Let's see. Let's get back. So let's do a little mediumship here. Gina
Okay.
M, our friend Gina M. Can I have a message from my Grandpa Brown? Oh, Grandpa Brown.
I see a man that's not very tall. He was in his late 70s. It doesn't seem like he got to his late 80s. He seems like he was um, almost just getting into his stride of sort of heading into the mm, elder years in his life, but something took him sooner rather than expected. Like, he probably, the way he was going, he seemed like he was in good health and had many years ahead of him, but something did take him unexpectedly. Um, I don't know if it was a fall or an organ that failed, something that was unexpected, unknown. And he said, don't worry about me. Don't. Oh, he's actually watching over you like a hawk. He's showing me that he's flying like a hawk, and he can watch over you. He likes the vantage point that he has now. He says, don't think of him as the whatever suddenly happened to him that took him away from the family or that took him out of this world. He wouldn't have wanted to decline in a slow, degrading manner. He said that everything happens for a reason, and that he's showing me the sunshine too. Wow, he's very magical. The hawk and the sunshine. Was he like like in a shaman or any type of earthly, energetic kind of awareness? Like, was he a man of the earth? He's just showing me these different symbols that he loved the earth, and he is a hawk watching over you. But this is what he's showing me. Just let me know. He
There
died
you
of a
go.
heart attack in his 60s.
Ooh,
Oh,
He was in
so
his front garden. Definitely
sorry
a man
about
of the
that.
earth.
I got the chills. That's what he was saying. He said, I was old. Don't, I was old. I was getting to my, he said, but I wasn't like old. He's like, he said, and I left suddenly. Something happened and I left suddenly. And he just wants you to know that he's having he's soaring, and he's light as a bird, and he's watching over. And the sun, there's something about the sun. Is there a son that he left behind, or a son that he wants to talk to? Because sometimes it's more of a symbol, or like they kind of make me say words. Is there a son that he may be referring to? That he have? Oh, the son died when he was 7 years old.
wow.
No. Oh my gosh.
But no, hang on. So he died when she was 7 years old, right?
Oh, okay. She said when I was 7 years old. Okay. Whew.
Okay.
So she's
Wow.
no idea. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, well, he's just he's a man of the earth, is what I keep getting, and those symbols I can only try and interpret the way I know, but it may mean something more to you. He had
Well,
3 granddaughters, and if he had a son, he doesn't know if she doesn't know about it. I know, right?
well, I didn't get a long message from him, but I got as his evidence that he was showing me salt of the earth. He was a salt of the earth kind of guy. Just a real, he's the kind of guy you could really rely on. So, Grandpa Brown, do you have anything else to say? Ah, he said, I had such plans. I had such plans. And he kind of goes, because I would probably have built her a playhouse, or it's like, okay, okay. Um, Grandpa, any other message? I get to watch you from over here now. I get to help you build your spiritual house. He said, we didn't get very much time to make memories together, but now it's your turn to make memories with the people around you, your legacy. That's all I got.
Beautiful. I saw him walking into a room, and he was carrying a walking stick, but he wasn't using it. So maybe he was showing me that he was older, but not that old or something like that. But he was very calm and deliberate. And, he was just wearing blue jeans and a shirt and a, kind of a baseball cap type of thing. But I got the idea that he was someone who was so comfortable in his own skin. He could have been walking into, the symphony orchestra or to, I don't know, the hardware store, and it'd be all the same to him. He treated people very well, and people really responded to him. Then I saw him, the room that he was in, it had like I think it was a classroom, because it had one of those like orange molded, very, very uncomfortable chairs. But he just sat down in there like it was a group of people who were, like it was in a classroom, and he was there to learn something. That he was always learning something, and was like to learn and like to continue to learn. I asked about you, and he said you were his shining star, and he showed me a shiny quarter. So I don't know if he gave you quarters. Very comfortable in his skin, very at ease with themselves, with the classroom. Oh, and then I asked him about you again, and he said that you connect at the third eye. So he's going to be available as a teacher to help you develop your intuition or your psychic ability, if you'd like.
That is
Wow. That goes along with the hawk as well.
Okay.
And that really sharp sight. And she said he was very personable. People liked him.
Yeah. He seemed he seemed like a real salt of the earth kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell people what the lineup is right now. We probably don't have any more time for any more questions at all. In fact, we probably won't get through all the questions we have right now. But the next 3 people is going to be Amy, Warrior Princess, mom of 2 dogs, and Denise McMullen. So please send us a little hi or yes or something in the chat so we know you're around, because it's much easier to read you when you're there in the chat. And if we have questions, then it can help us a lot. So Amy, Warrior Princess, could I please have a message from my Uncle Kirk?
He's I kind of get him that he was a young uncle, maybe that you were closer in age. Maybe you're the oldest of your side of the family, and he was maybe one of the youngest of his side of the family. There's something that there was a closeness or a friendship, or you two would hang out together, or he took not a shining to you because he's your uncle, but just that you two got along together. He was very attentive to you, and he's just showing me that you two were kind of like buddies. He loved your energy, and he loved making a fuss over you. He's telling me he loved making a fuss over you. It's not very often that you did get together, but when you did, he cherished it. There was a time in your life where you saw him more frequently than other times. Is he your mom's brother? He keeps bringing up your mom. He's thanking you for taking care of your mom. He thanks you for, it's almost like you two had like a secret, sort of an eye to eye contact. Whenever your mom would say something, like you would look at your uncle and your uncle would look at you and say, like your mom would say something silly or something, and you two would look at each other. There's something about, I'm not sure if that makes any sense to you, Amy. It was my mom's youngest, and he was the youngest of my grandmother's kids. He always gave nicknames for his favorite people. My nickname is Kiddo. Aww. He was your mom's youngest brother. So yeah, there was like a difference in that age. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, he is not showing me anything of his earthly life at all, which is a little unusual, but because I usually demand evidence, but he's not showing me that. he is building, what he's showing me is building off your icon there, the warrior princess, the warrior. And I see him over there with a grindstone sharpening your axe, sharpening your sword. He's like, I got you, girl. I have your back. I'm helping you out. But then, and but he also says, kiddo, you're gonna have to put the sword down eventually.
Oh,
So, and I can understand that. I'm one of those people that had to put the sword down as well. And but it's not quite yet. And then the other thing that he showed me spiritually, because I can just see that he had uh, such a playful spirit, such a loving, exciting spirit. He was one of those people that you liked to see when things happened that you got to go see him. And it seems that he astral travels with you now. This is something he does with you on the other side, probably in your dreams, maybe in your meditation, but he is able to go with you like a guide, like a guide. Um, and I get the feeling that he helps you not be afraid out there. Not that I think you'd be too afraid, Miss Warrior Princess, but he is well, he says like your second. I'm like your second. Like how warriors used to have a second with it, that if they fell down, somebody else would fight for them. I'm your second, that's what he says.
Cool. Well, what I got was that he was like very active. I saw someone like skating on rollerblades or something, and then he was on a bike, and he kind of stayed on the bike, and it was like a mountain bike. He wasn't going really fast. He had a helmet on, but he was like wearing it back far on his head. And he was wearing a jacket or a shirt that was red and black, kind of buffalo check or buffalo plaid, but just really easygoing. And the message seemed to be keep moving forward. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to kill yourself pedaling really hard, but stay in balance, keep moving forward. Protect yourself, wear your helmet, even if all of that kind of thing. And enjoy the ride. So let's see. I think that's about all I got from him. And then I got the background that in the background he was like on a bike path where there was a bunch of other people, and some were going on bikes and some people were running, and then there was someone pulling a red wagon with kids in it. So there's like all this action going on. So I don't know if you guys did things like that when you got together, but he was just so comfortable in the midst of all these people moving and doing different things all around him. He was just like a steady rock. I'm just going to go my speed and do my thing. And he seemed to be smiling and having a good time. So he's sending you good wishes and just the idea to try to stay in balance and just, you don't have to go fast, but just keep everything moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was a hippie from the 70s, a very fun, loving, awesome guy.
Yeah, I could see that vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of smiling as life went by.
Well, thank you, Amy, for letting us read your uncle. He's pretty cool. Mom of 2 dogs. May she get a message from my guides. Thank you.
You have a very, very kind and deep compassion for other people. You're extremely empathetic. I just feel this longing in the depth of my soul and my heart. You want to heal the world. You want to help everybody, and you have this. you have this huge wish for humanity and for Gaia. You have a very, very, your heart chakra is so large and strong and expansive that unconditional love is like your natural state. I feel this really, really strong heart chakra feeling for you. And you care a lot. And what we sometimes say is it's important to build a little bit of um, what would they say? I don't want to say. I'm trying to think of the proper word. Um, Boundaries. They want just boundaries, and to help yourself to maintain your own energy and know when to open it up and when to step back, and when to open it up and when to step back. There's a little bit of a practice with your boundaries because your heart is so tender and your love is so great, and you send your love out to everybody. I don't know, even if you're a Reiki master or something, but you have such unconditional love, and it's like spreads wide and far. But it's very important for you to be able to have that little boundary and that almost like closed for business right now, and maintain your own energy, build your own energy, heal it, and then you can open it back up again. Just as a suggestion. How's that?
Yeah. Well, I got two different bits of information. I don't want you to put them together in any way because they are different informations. They don't, one does not inform the other. But right away, um, I I just kind of semi heard, semi just knew. They're like, so for some reason, they're telling me you're going to have the next 2 weeks are going to be a little rough. I tried to get them to tell me what's rough about it, what's going to go on. They're like, it's just a little bit of roughness, but we're going to be with her all of the way. So maybe just a little upset next 2 weeks. But they wanted you to be aware of it and be ready for it and just know that they're with you. So a separate bit of information that has nothing to do with that information. I think you've been a dog, mom of other dogs too. I think there's other dogs over there because they started barking and kind of giving me a message. And this is an interesting message because I've had to tell this to somebody else. They said that when it's your time, and the next 2 weeks is not your time, I'm just letting you know, these are separate pieces of information completely. They're going to bark you in. When it's your time, instead of just leaping over the fence, they're going to bark you in. Your spirit is going to know where to go because you're going to hear the barking. It's like the 101 Dalmatians twilight bark. That's what they're saying. They're going to bark you in. Yeah, you've been a great dog mom.
Great. Well, I got an image of your guide, and it was just kind of from behind, but he looked like a gentleman from maybe the Renaissance times. He was wearing a long robe and kind of a tunic thing, or not a tunic, a cape, and sort of a funny hat that looked like, I don't know, a black velvet, but I was just seeing him from behind. And at first he was carrying a long staff, and on it were all of these little pieces of fabric tied onto it, kind of like you see like Native American, or sometimes in like Tibet and Nepal, like all the prayers written on these pieces of fabric and tied on a long staff or a long pole. But he was very, very calm and just kind of looking out over the horizon. And then he started twirling this big long stick, and sort of like a baton twirler who can weave it through his fingers, and was like, yeah, I can do this. And then he stepped into a boat and took the pole and started poling across the lake or whatever it was, sort of like in the Moving to Smoother Waters in the tarot deck. And there was an orange sky in the background, if that means anything. But I get the idea that he was waiting there, and all of those little swatches of fabric that had, those were your requests, and those were all your prayers, and those were all your manifest, all the work you're doing on manifesting or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I've got them all tied here. I've got them all. I'm hearing them all. I'm hearing everything you say, but I'm still just twirling it around my fingers until the time is right. And then he gets into the boat and takes everything that you've asked for and starts moving toward it. So I think this aligns with what Terri was saying, that things might not happen right away, but, oh no, you were talking about something else about that. But it's, if you think that there's a delay, it's like, do they hear me or not? Yes, he hears you, but he's waiting for divine timing, for the time to be right. And then I got the idea to, or the feeling to draw a card for you from the Feathers deck, and got the Falcon that says, use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. So maybe put some of, and especially today with the new moon coming, today would be a good day to put some of those intentions out there and let him gather them in and then take them across the river for you, or across the lake.
Joan, that was beautiful. And that is something we can all actually relate to, that our guides are all listening to us all the time, and that they're guiding us in perfect harmony, using that pole to move along, and they know when to respond to our prayers. I love that. That's amazing.
And the sense of peace, and like not worried about, oh, she wants this, she wants that. It's like, nope, just twirling, doing the finger twirl thing until it was the right time. Awesome.
Love that. I love that.
Good.
She also says, oh, wow, thank you.
Great.
So, thank you for letting us read you. And she says, I've been trying to meditate, talk to my guides and ancestors. I've been requesting assistance. So good.
Wonderful.
She says, I just need to be patient. I stink at it.
Don't we all?
Yeah. We could all just repost that. But hang in there, mom of two dogs. It's all still happening. So, Denise McMullen, could you please tell me what my guides have for me to know at this time? Okay, thank you, beautiful ladies and souls.
So I'm seeing your guide. I see him in a robe, and I see him with a beard, and I see him standing on a ship. I don't know if it's called the helm or the front. Titanic is the only ship I know where somebody stood right at the front. That pointed tip. Well, he's standing at the tip, and the breeze is blowing, and he's standing, and he's looking out. He's looking out on the horizon, like there is such a bright future ahead of you. And he's saying, just keep your chin up, keep your eyes gazed out for the future, and watch for what's coming.
That was so beautiful. It kind of knocked my message out of my head. I got to go back and ask. Go ahead if you have something, Joan.
Sure. I tuned in, and right away I saw a white bird. It was the dove. And then and it was flapping its, a white dove flapping its wings very, very fast. And I looked, and it had the olive branch in its beak. So I don't know if that's a message that you kind of need to extend the olive branch and make peace with someone. And then I saw it flying into its nest, and it showed the olive branch to its mate, but then it took the branch and tucked it into the house. So it wasn't like, it's like, see, I'm ready to make peace about this, and now we can move forward together on this. So there might be something like that, like you have the power in some relationship to about the future of how things are going to go, whether that's at work or at home or in, friendship or whatever. But then I pulled a card for you and got the osprey, which is a really big bird. And it says your success is now at hand. Allow abundance to flow to you effortlessly. So maybe there's something where you need to extend a kindness or an apology or something like that, and that's going to trigger abundance for you.
Well, I think my message is somehow connected to yours, because right away my throat chakra lit up, like I wanted to have a hard time talking or something. So I think what they gave me right away is that they want you to work on your throat chakra. So probably working at telling your truth well, and nicely, easily for someone else to do it. And they said that one of the ways that you can do this is not only just through meditation, but they were kind of saying that they would like you to choose a couple mantras. Maybe something like, I can speak my truth and leave no harm in the world, or something like, I don't know. You have to figure out what that mantra is, but they're suggesting that maybe using some mantras about being able to speak and to get ideas across as part of your meditation, or even as a small prayer time or something. So that's what I got. So.
My favorite mantra or affirmation for the throat chakra is, I speak my truth and listen to others, for all voices are important, including your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's fabulous. Okay. So so we're at the top of the hour. Ladies, do you want to do like 15 minutes more?
No, I'm kidding. Of course I do.
Oh,
We love being here with all of you and this high vibrational group and this amazing supportive community, all saying such kind, loving things to one another and supporting our channels. We really appreciate it. And Denise says, this is so beautiful and divine. I'm honored and grateful. I've been working on my chakras. See?
Cool.
wow.
Excellent, Denise.
Lovely. Well, just so that we can do this in a very timely manner, Martina is next, Brandon Harden is next, and then Sue Toffee. So if you would say, hi or yes or something in the chat so that we know you're here. Oh, Martina's right here. You are Johnny on the spot. So ladies, this question is very challenging. This is a very unusual thing. So Martina said, my mom learned through hypnosis that I have a lost twin brother named Levant, maybe. I used to see his spirit as a child, but I didn't have any connection to him. Does he have a message? How interesting. How interesting. So let's take a shot at this one.
I feel like he's already reincarnated in your soul family here in this lifetime, but I don't know if he's a direct family member, like a sibling or a cousin or a friend. Our soul family is like thousands of individuals that we incarnate together here in this world, and I feel like this is why perhaps you don't have any connection to him as far as spiritually, that he's reincarnated and that energy is in your life somewhere. could end up being your husband. I know that seems weird, or maybe a boss at work, or maybe it's somebody who takes care of your car for you, or takes care, whatever. It could be somebody in your life, you don't know who. But I think that if it was once your brother, it would be somebody who is connected through your heart, that type of a close connection. Maybe a good friend, or even like a girlfriend's husband that you're really close with, something. But it doesn't actually have to be male either, but just could be a good friend of yours. But I get the feeling that he was able to reincarnate and come through again and still be in your life, still reincarnate, because this time on this earth right now is so exciting, and they needed all of us, and your energy is part of his energy as well. You had like a similar soul's vibration, and so he was able to come and fulfill this.
I have to jump in next, because Jean, when you were riffing on who this reincarnated Levant is, and you said it might be the guy who takes care of your car, it answered for me, how come I'm seeing a car tire? First a wheel came in. I thought, okay, a wheel at a time, something like that. And then it just became a car tire, and I couldn't get past it. So maybe, and then this is probably leading now, but after you said it, I looked again and I saw him, and he was working at a mechanic shop or something like that, and he had a work shirt on with a name badge that said Levi.
Wow.
I don't know.
That their name is very similar, the L and the V.
Mhm.
Wow.
I'm going to say, did I make that up? Okay. Spirit, was this a product of suggestion from Jean? Is what you showed me really true? Yes. Okay.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, that's what the jaw dropping was about when you were talking.
Well, I agree with you that I think he's already gone full circle and came back somewhere, but that's not where he showed me. So I say this little mantra to get into your spirit. It's not magical words. There's nothing magic about it. It just helps me concentrate. And I found myself saying, instead of my heart to Marina's heart to my heart, when I went to say my soul to Marina's soul, I said my soul to Levent's soul to my soul. I'm like, what happened? What happened there? And I had to go back and redo it, because I'm like, I'm off. What happened there? No, I think it's because he is already over here again. But what he showed me, so I guess I'm trying to say, he was really front and center. When I did that, it's like called him right out, just right there. He showed me that the reason you could see him as a child was because before he decided to kind of circle back, he was with you all the time. I saw him standing by you. You were like standing by a heater vent at home warming up, and I saw him moving your clothes over so it didn't catch fire. I saw you, your mom getting food ready, and it was time to eat, and you were playing so hard that he had to remind you to go eat. He was your constant companion as a child. He watched over you. He took care of you. He soothed things over when he could. He was only a child spirit, so he couldn't really, do everything, but he was there, and that's why you saw him. So there was some sort of connection when you were young, and then he came back again. That's kind of what I got. So I hope that that answers a few things for you. She said she always saw him as a kid. And oh, look at this. She said, when you asked earlier how to pronounce Levent, I wanted to mention that you can simply call him Levi.
Oh my.
Wow. Okay.
Might be time to get the tires rotated or something.
Wow, that is something else there. Yeah, there's a little confirmation there. Wow. Okay, well, we hope we helped you, Martina, and that hope that you can pass this message along to people who know this story.
Thanks for the question.
Nice.
That was
Wow.
fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different. You never know. You never know what
Yeah.
spirit's going to come through.
Yeah. Well, because we want to save time and because I almost didn't choose this question, but I thought, at least maybe we pull out our pendulums and see
Okay.
what it says. But remember, Brandon, this is up to you. This is all yours. So if for entertainment purposes only, but we'll try to tap into your spirit and see what is best for you.
What's in your best interest? It's
Right.
not
What's in
whether
your
you should or shouldn't, because that takes your power away,
right?
your free
Right.
will. We'll just see if it's in your favor or not in your favor.
Right.
And the question would be when.
Right.
I asked, is it in your best interest to sell it? And I got a yes, but not a huge yes. And then I asked, is it in your best interest to sell it this month? And I got a stronger swing yes. So if you're going to sell it, now would be the time.
I'm getting very little uncertain types of responses. And I think and I'm also getting when I'm trying to get the pendulum to answer for me, but it's very, very subtle one way and then it goes another way. It's very, very subtle. There is no definite. And I think what is most important for us to know is that feel it inside of your heart, feel it inside of your gut. If your gut is worried about it and you are unsure and you're nervous and you're checking it, this may tell you that it's you. For you, it may be time. It may not be time for the highest rate outcome, but it may be the best for you, for your situation. But just feel with yourself, if you feel confident and you have the extra cash to just let it ride and you want to let it ride and set it out there. I think it really depends on your feeling, your energy, and whether this is weighing on you or if it is causing you a little more like excitement or anticipation of what could come of it. But I think it's, and I know that, that's not an answer, but I think just feel your gut, in your gut what to do. And follow, as long as you follow your gut, you can't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong. So it wasn't very certain one way or the other. It wasn't very clear.
Yeah. Like Jean, I got very unclear messages. Either the pendulum didn't move at all or it went in circles. And for me, that means it's unsure. So I asked a few different kinds of questions and then I framed it like, is it in Brandon's most benevolent outcome to sell his cryptocurrency this month? And it didn't do anything at all. And then I said, is it in his most benevolent outcome to sell next month? And I got the tiniest of yes. So I think you just have to go with Jean's. And there's just that it's you're going to know better when it's the right time.
Or Jones, choose which one feels the best to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tried drawing cards and was getting mixed signals, so I'm not even going to tell you what the cards
I'm
were.
sorry.
No, that's
Brandon.
okay. Yeah.
We can't give you a very definitive answer here at all.
Or you could sell some of it and see how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
I did like part of the answer where that it was one of you was defining that it's between whether it feels good for your life right now or whether you're going to get the highest gain. Those are two very different questions. So anyway, thanks for letting us give it a try.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Sue Toffee. And
Yeah, and the chat's given him suggestions too. So read the chat. Read
yeah,
the chat, Brandon. There's some experts in there giving you hints.
yeah, we have a lot of the chat. They have some good psychic mediumship gifts as well. So here we go. Sue Toffee. This will be our last question.
Okay.
So it seems like she's going for a work review. Will she achieve a working well?
You know, sometimes, Sue, I have to say, we're sometimes HR people or management, they're always trained to give you areas of things for you to work on, things for you to improve upon, and never to just say, you're great, everything's fine, you're doing wonderful. You know, they have like this sort of format that they're going to be giving you. And I would just take it with a grain of salt, really, because I think that perhaps the person that you're going to have the review with is a little stickler and they want to say 3 things that you're doing well, 3 things you have to improve upon, and 3 things that, you know, they want to, I don't know, whatever it is. I think it may be a little tedious, a little more tedious than necessary. And it's sort of like that person's a little, they're taking their job a little too seriously when really what you want to, you know, so just take it with a grain of salt. And I think that you do know that you're doing a good job and you do want them to notice it, and they will, but they'll still give you like some hints of things where you can improve. And you'll be like, I cannot believe they said that. After all the work I did, they have the nerve to say that I can improve on this. Like, you know, it's just a format. It's just something that they have to do. So that's what I'm picking up, Sue. Let us know.
Yeah. I'm getting, so right away your guides like came to my stage and immediately showed me how well you do. You are a great worker. You are doing, I mean, they would give you a working well. They'd give you whatever's beyond that right away because they think you are working well. But I get more that it's not just spiritually working well, but you're physically working well. And then they showed me, so I think Jean was really onto something. I think whoever has to do these, you know, it's just a format they have to fill out. And I think maybe they take their job a little teeny too seriously. They're a little too hard because I saw an image of the Poppin' Fresh dough guy. You know Poppin' Fresh? And your guides were kneading him. I mean, making him even softer. They were kneading the bejesus out of him. So I think they're softening that person's heart a little bit. I think that's what they're doing. I think that's why. I think she's got the poppin'. They're going to make her Poppin' Fresh be a little better.
You're taking my crown for the oddest images that come through. Well, Sue, when I tuned in right away, I heard the words towering strength. And when I was a manager and had to do reviews, that was one of the categories that, you know, because they didn't want everybody to just be, yeah, great, great. It was all kinds of euphemisms for, you know, many, many different levels that you could achieve. But so they were saying that you are a tower in strength. And I asked whether you're going to get working well. And I got, from the pendulum, I got a mild yes, but I pulled a card and I got the Empress. So there, like you were saying, I think you are doing the work. You are working well. Whether you get the designation in your review, I'm thinking I would give it about an 80%. because also what they brought to mind was my experience when I was managing people. And I had chosen what I wanted to give for all of my direct reports. And then the other people who had my job, we all got in a room with our manager and went through them all. And she pretty much said who got what, not according to any of the stuff that we had. It's like, no, there can only be 5 of them at this, whatever. And she said, no, I don't like her. I don't like the way she dresses. Or so it can get complicated. So your direct supervisor, if it's, if there are more levels there, might believe in you and think that you have towering strengths and are the empress at your job. But there are always other factors involved, which can be kind of disheartening sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'd love to know what happens.
Yeah, we always would. I always would like to know what's happening. Here's what Sue had to say. I'm working right now and I'm listening. My manager is lovely, but a new manager and very serious in her role. Yes, please, my dear guides, need my manager's heart. I'm new to the role too. Thank you. Okay, well that is the last question. So thank you, ladies, for joining me for this hour and now 17 minutes and answering questions. And it's always fun. And we always see the most unusual things. I did not think I would see Poppin' Fresh getting a real kneading there, a real drubbing.
I think we calls, or not we calls, but I think there's just a little bit of a error on the GoFundMe page for Juno's thing. And I think we'll just give it a little bit of time and try it back in another. I checked my email and I checked everything. I can see Juno's name pop up and then it says out of order or whatever, not working right now. So there is some sort of a problem on her page. I think we may have overloaded it, or maybe too many people were going on at the same time. But please do wait 10, 15 minutes. And my offer extends for the next 10 days. And so you have plenty of time to go back and just, keep the link. And you can find the link on any of our community pages as well, if you'd like to try it maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
There is maybe those solar flares are causing some technology difficulties, and maybe the GoFundMe page is having the same difficulties as the YouTube page.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But that is the right link, but it's just not working right now. So thank you, everybody, for trying.
Yes.
And make sure after you donate to claim a reading from one of us. Just send it to our emails, or I probably on our YouTube pages, there's probably some sort of link to talk to us. So,
yeah.
Okay.
And just put Juno in the subject line and we'll know. Yeah.
Yep. I wanted to announce that this Thursday on Allie Martin's Heart and Soul Connected, I am going to be reading with our good friend Starfish.
Oh, wow.
Starfish. And so it's not her debut or anything, but I think it's her debut on the Thursday show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So please come out and support Starfish and ask us some good questions. Wonderful. Where are you going to be at next, Jean?
I have in the Actors Studio, but it's the Psychic Studio with Allie Martin on Wednesday, where she asks us the questions from, I don't know the gentleman's name that did the special on in the Actors Studio, but it's a really fun series that Allie is doing, and she asks such interesting questions that really reveal some personality and getting to know us a little bit better. I'm like, I'm watching everyone. I want to get to know people, get to know the content providers. And then you, Terri Suzuki and Terri Lee and myself will also be on together this Friday, the 21st. And if you don't mind, I can go into Saturday. It looks like it's a busy week for me. I have Mark Antha, the Spirit Whisperer, at 12:30 on my channel on Saturday. And I also have Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot is on my channel on, I think it's my channel. It might be on it's on Scott's channel. It's on Scott's channel on Saturday at 3 p.m. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have a full week ahead.
You are busy, busy, busy. What are you doing, Joan?
I am taking the week off because I'm going on vacation. So I had a busy week last week, but it's the calendar is clear for a while. But I'll be back in a week or two and be a little bit more active then. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, well,
enjoy that beautiful countryside. Oh my gosh, I'm just so envious. When you say Montana, it just sounds so beautiful, and I can smell the crisp air and just such a relaxing environment. Really enjoy yourself, Joan.
Thank you very much. We'll be up in the mountains and on a big lake, so it'll be fun.
okay. I'm going to say one little thing here that I noticed. Butterfly Kisses Healing says, thank you for your donations. Juno is very touched.
Oh,
Great.
Well, we're so happy to support her. She's really good in our community. She has a great show, and she's good on everybody else's show. Yeah, so
we want her to get up and ready, up and running. So this
Yes.
will really help
everything
her.
in place that she needs to really do this.
And it's a win-win, right? Everybody,
Right.
we can help you and you can help Juno.
Yeah. Okay, well, everybody, thank you for coming to our show, and check out all the different shows we're going to be on. And if you have more questions, come on and bring those questions on to another show. Do it early because we're getting very, very popular. So, okay. I just hate it when we get to the end and then suddenly there's a whole bunch of questions and we can't even get to them.
I know, and they're good ones too. And I'm like, I want to get it.
No.
I want to answer that one and that one and that one and that one. So please come on back and follow us and watch for our notifications and letting you know where we will be next.
Yep. Okay, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.